and welcome back, friends. Today we're going to talk about what's for lunch for me. Oftentimes I will make the kids a quick lunch, or they really enjoy sandwiches and things like that. And when I'm trying to count my macros, I need to watch it a little bit more carefully. And so what I will do is do meal preps for my husband and I for lunch or something like that. And I'm just going to share with you what I have for lunch for this week. It is the work week, so just Monday through Friday, and then down on Friday I end up doing a quick to go kind of meal. So if that's something you're interested in, I do include all the macros. Stay tuned. Okay, lunch today, I went through the fridge and we still have a little bit of random leftovers, so I'm going to kind of make my lunch from that. I'm going to put it in here and then put it in the Hot Logic to stay warm. My husband grilled this weekend, and then we also had some chicken from the market, so I think my youngest son will probably want this chicken. This steak that he did, I'm going to go ahead and have that, so I'm going to put that in there. Then we have like one hot dog. So this will be for the kiddos. And then we also did some, he put on the smoker grill thingy some buffalo cauliflower. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh that out. This one I know the weight of it when it was raw, because this is from Butcher Box and they come about the same size. But this I'm going to go ahead and weigh. This is about 80 grams of cauliflower. And then I made some rice last night for dinner, so I'm going to put some of that in. That's about 50 grams of rice, and then that's it. I'm going to just cover this up and put it in my Hot Logic to get warm, and that will be what's for lunch today. I will go ahead and put the, I'm going to put the macros in my Fitness Pal, and I'll put that up on the screen for you so you can see how much that was. Okay, this is my lunch all warmed up. Sorry, we got some stuff. Okay. This is my lunch all warmed up. I am going to have a little bit of this steak sauce on it. Just a little bit though. I'm going to weigh it out, and then I will put the total macros up here for you. If you don't add steak sauce, of course you could probably save yourself some carbs, but I like it, so I'm going to put a little on. So I added like 4 grams of this steak sauce on there. This one is just from Kirkland. It is the Simple Truth organic one. So I'll get the macros up for you, and then here's lunch for today. It's only about 7:45 a.m., but I'm going to go ahead and throw my lunch into the Hot Logic and let it sit and warm up. I love this thing because it won't burn, but it will, like, no matter how long I leave it on, it'll just sit in there and keep warm. So this is from the fridge. I have put frozen meals like this already in there, but I'm going to put it in there because I don't want to forget. We have a couple of things that I want to try to get done today, so I'm going to put that in, and then I'll show you what it looks like warmed up. Okay, I just took my lunch out of the Hot Logic. Sorry, I'm waving with a spoon in my hand. And it is all warmed up. It is almost 2:30. I know I'm eating a little bit late, but it's just how the day has gone. It's warm clearly all the way through, but like I said, it's great, that little thing. This is not sponsored, but I'm here if you need me, Hot Logic. I just love it because it keeps it super warm. I put it on the scale because to my potato, I'm going to add a little bit of this queso cheese dip from Trader Joe's. I really like this one because it tastes really good, but the macros on here are really great too. It says 2 tablespoons is the serving size. That is 30 grams. It's only 20 calories, 0 fat grams, 4 carbs, and 0 protein. So I'm going to put some of that. If I was thinking all the way ahead, I could have put some of the cheese on and kept it in the Hot Logic for like maybe a little bit more, so it could have warmed it up quite nicely, but I didn't think that far ahead. The chicken has some buffalo sauce on it. It was a buffalo chicken prep. I'm going to put some of this on my broccoli as well. And would you look at that? It's 20 grams, so 1 serving of cheese. So I'm going to stop right there and enjoy this. And then I will put the macros up for you too on the screen here. So for lunch today, I didn't put anything to warm up or anything like that. And it's already getting a little bit later. It's actually already 12. So I'm going to make up a soup and see if the kiddos want to have that with me. Or if they don't, they can go ahead, and I have some chicken nuggets in the freezer for just such an occasion. But the way that I'm going to calculate these macros, it's not going to be 100% precise, but I'm going to do my best, and I'll show you how I do that. So in my pot, I'm going to go ahead and start it, the fire up. I'm just going to put it on medium-low for now because the pot is empty. And then I have my scale here, and I'm going to put my ingredients on and then zero it out. And then I'm going to scoop out what I want from it so that I know how much I've put into the pot. So this is about 21 grams of Better Than Bouillon, and I'm using some Better Than Bouillon because I don't have any broth. I used it up already this week. I'm going to just write that down. I usually have a notepad or dry erase board in the kitchen for occasions like this. So I'm just going to write down what I'm putting in. The spices I'm not going to weigh. I'm just going to toss them in there because for me, I'm not going to count them towards my macros. I think we'll be okay. I'm also going to throw in some of this mushroom multi-purpose umami from Trader Joe's, and I'm just going to, and I'm putting in the seasonings now without the water yet to kind of wake them up and just give them a little bit more flavor. I'm going to put in half a teaspoon of ginger. I'm going to start with that and see how it comes out. I'm also going to put in some minced garlic. That one I will go ahead and weigh out. I'm just going to give it a little. Oh, it already smells so good. So when your spices become fragrant like that, it kind of wakes them up and gives just another layer of flavoring in there. So I'm going to add in about 4 cups of water here. To start. I'm just scraping the bottom to make sure that I get anything that might have stuck to the bottom off any of the Better Than Bouillon or spices. I'm going to add some more water to this too. Here's 2 more cups of water I'm going to put in there. And I'm going to leave that for now for the broth to start going. But I also have some chicken that I made for dinner earlier in the week. I just put it in the slow cooker and I didn't season it. So on MyFitnessPal there is for cooked chicken in the slow cooker, so I kind of have it equivalent to that. So I am going to measure this, and I'm just going to put more in there to kind of add some more protein. It's kind of going to be just like a leftover soup. Ooh. Step back because I am splashing myself. So that is about 130 grams of chicken. I'm going to let this kind of simmer and bring the chicken and the water up to temperature, and then I also have something else in the freezer that I'm going to add to this. But I'm going to go ahead and jot down that I've added 130 grams of cooked chicken. That'll go into the macros later too. So it's been just a few minutes actually. I put a lid on it and let it come to a boil, and it's nice and hot. I give it a little taste and it has some really good flavor, but I'm also going to add in a splash of liquid aminos. We use this instead of soy sauce. And this one I am going to measure what I use or weigh out what I use. So I used 15 grams. And then I just have a tiny bit of these fully cooked mini wontons from Costco. They heat up in about 5 minutes, and I'm just going to throw what's left in here into my pot and boil that up too, and we'll have a sort of chicken and wonton soup. These wontons are actually chicken and cilantro, and we did a version of this soup for lunch before, so I'm just going to weigh it out. It does it by pieces, 8 pieces, and 8 pieces should approximately be 86 grams. $276 grams. I'm just gonna put this lid back on, but I'm just gonna put it a little bit to the side and let the wontons cook. I have the air fryer on for my little, so sorry if it's a little bit louder now, but that's it. It only takes a couple of minutes because the wontons are already cooked up. But this is how our soup is looking, and I think it's done. I think I want to add maybe a handful of veggies in here, if nothing but for color. So let me see what I have in the freezer. I found a bag of mixed veggies that is opened, so I'm going to throw a little bit of this in there too, and then I am going to weigh it out. It was 85 grams of veggies. I would toss the whole thing in there, but I kind of wanted to make fried rice for dinner tonight, so I need some of this for the fried rice. So let me mark that down, 85 grams. And then what I'm going to do is, as I'm pouring these out for my son and I into bowls, my oldest son and I will probably be eating this. As I pour this out into the individual servings, I'm going to weigh all of them out and then calculate the total number of servings there. So on my scale, I'm going to go ahead and put just a pot holder down because it is going to be hot, and then I'm going to put the bowl also, and then I'm going to zero that out because I don't want to weigh this portion of it. I just want to weigh the soup. So here is what my soup is looking like, and then I'm going to put that down, and now I have the total amount in there. So I'm going to put 310. I'm going to serve myself and weigh it, and then if there's any left over, I will put it in a jar or something like that and weigh it also. Then I'm going to combine all of those. I'm going to add up all the servings, and that will give me the total amount of grams that the soup turned out to be. And that's what I'll put in my Fitness Pal. Then I'll know how many macros is in each serving. The other thing I could have done is weighed out at the pot holder and the pot before I started, but my scale is kind of a smaller one, and I didn't think it would hold all the weight. For lunch today, I'm going to go ahead and start warming up the salmon burger my husband put on the grill. We did some meal prep this weekend, so I'm going to put the salmon and veggies into my Hot Logic. I'm just going to put the lid on. It is about 11, which is fine because I don't usually eat until a little bit later. So I'm going to put this in my Hot Logic, zip it up, and then I'll show you how I prep it when I actually eat it. Okay, I just finished working out and now I'm going to have lunch. So for lunch, I'm going to take one of these 100-calorie bagels. This is the brand that we purchased. This is Bubba's Skinny Bagels. They are 100 calories per bagel. So we're going to use that instead of like bread to build the salmon on. And then I also prepped some sriracha mayo, but it's not mayo, it's actually Greek yogurt. So I'm going to use that. So normally I just eat out of the meal prep container, but because I was putting the salmon patty together, I just grabbed a plate. So this is what my lunch is today. Again, I will put up the macros on the screen for you so you can snapshot that if you want. Today we're going to be out and about, so I'm actually going to pack up my lunch to go, and it's more of a snack type lunch, as you can see here. So I'm just going to take a protein bar. These are just the Costco Kirkland brand. These are really great. I like the macros on here. There are only 11, well, it says 11 net carbs, but I count the total amount of carbs. There's 22 carbs in here. There's also 22 grams of protein and 10 grams of fiber. If you're tracking your fiber, that's really good. So I'm going to just take this, throw that in the bag. We are taking a cooler type bag, so I can take some stuff that needs to be cold because I'll throw some ice blocks in there. This is about 100 grams of just raw carrots, so I'm going to take those with me. And then this is just a Greek yogurt, a Chobani Greek yogurt. This is not their like non-fat or lower fat or anything like that. It's just their regular one. And this has 11 grams of protein no fat, 16 carbs, and then 110 calories. And then I'm just going to throw in a couple of these small mandarin oranges for all of us too. So I went ahead and calculated as if I was going to eat at least one, but more than likely I'll probably have one or two. Just depends on how hungry I am. Like I said, both of these things, the protein bar and the Greek yogurt, have a substantial amount of protein in it. And so I find that, especially with the protein bar, if I'm eating this and then drinking my water, I will take my big water with me, that can hold me over when we're out doing things like this for the day where we're running errands and stuff. So this is a lighter snack type lunch, but this I thought I would be good to show anyways in case you're running out the door and just need something quick. These are good to have on hand if you can find them available in your area. So I will put the total amount for the entire little snack type lunch here. And then that's it. That is going to wrap up our week. Thank you so much for joining me and seeing what's for lunch this week. I hope you liked this video. If you did, would you be sure to give it a thumbs up? And if you aren't already, consider subscribing and joining our little YouTube family. Thanks again.